Pacific Plankton. Can't hear you. What do you want? Yeah. This really cool testate amoeba. Mama Tom. Pulling like a whole pile of junk around with it, but the test is this thing that's sort of like bulb shaped. Big it is. Yeah, it's totally huge. There's a bunch of them in here. Here's another testate amoeba. It's like there's a whole bunch of cool testate amoebas. There's the test for another one, right? That one's dead. Also found a bunch of Arcella, little tiny gastrotrick. Saw a huge one, or it was maybe 10 times as big as this one. For a long tail. Coming too fast for me to keep. Testate amoeba skeleton. Dangling. You're really mad. That thing eats algae, yeah. Hey Anna, how's it going? There's a diatom right over here. There's a couple of them. Diatom in my mouth. There's something right around. Giant gastrotrick. That thing. Happy 4th of July. Celebrate the 4th? Not much choice. There's fireworks going overhead. I guess gastrotrick tail is bigger than the other saw. Chris. So, now fireworks, they've been banned. Oh yeah, because stuff's gonna go on fire probably there. People in Indiana are allowed to set off as many, like to set off many. Tolerate a lot of it. Last night it was crazy. Like, there was so much fireworks going on in the neighborhood. I felt like I was at the actual show for the city. There's no fireworks ban in Indiana. They just set off as much as they want. There's a sort of like a how late they're allowed to do it, but basically just ignore it. Cops won't do it. So yeah, it's cool. Blow yourself up, exactly. Uh, Dangling, I was just checking in to see what was going on there, and it looked like you guys were watching a movie or something. I didn't want to talk over top of the movie, but that my mom's family was there, kind of seeing what you were up to. That's another gastro trick. That's a rotifer that's being done there. Full diatom. Fire right now. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more bird streams. Some sort of ban on birds right now because they're birds together to bird feeder. Unduly. Moosey Fate. It's glowing, exactly. Yeah, it's got a destination for what it is. Oh, that's a diatom. Yeah, I don't know, the little wiggly guy over there. Pulls himself around by. I don't know where people are going in this slide. There's nowhere to go, but they don't know that. I have maybe actuals. It works. Try to do another stream with my neighbor creatures, or my mom's neighbors. This one is from a pond in, hello, spring-fed pond, forested area. Dominated by many different types. The diatom, Arnis, monster-sized gastrotrix. Reminds you of a breadstick. Dinner. The pond that time forgot. It might actually be really interesting. I'm gonna put it on the I processed some of these samples. I collected 4 of them. One from the mud. One from ciliate. Square-shaped ciliate. Square-ish. One from the mud. From I used a thing. What that is. Very fast. You're never gonna swim in a pond again? Well, you know, they're not a big deal. Little things, they're so tiny. Not gonna bother anyone. Pick on you. Anyway, so one was collected from with a bucket that I threw out, an ice cream bucket that I threw out on a rope. So the middle, a little bit more like the deep water part. So I think it only is about 1 meter deep. And then this for gastric. I had one sample that was sort of deeper, shallow with a lot of duckweed. Skeleton. Tail on. Big actually. The very shallow mud samples. This sample has a bottle shaped one right at the beginning. Trying to work my way back toward figure out where it went. It's also crawling and pulling a bunch of the sediment around with it. Miriam. Go to first. Diatoms, though. really high diversity. Uh, caught the deeper water sample I had on a little before this, and stretched out like a star shape. Are there any parasites that would make you sick? Yeah, there are some. I don't know if there's any in here. You drank the water, yeah. Well, don't drink the water. Generally speaking, your biggest threat when drinking pond water is something like Giardia. That you should never drink standing water. Help it. And flowing water. Definitely wouldn't drink stagnant pond. Terrible idea. Got a bunch of filters. Standard charcoal filter will take most of this stuff out, though. To do. Just gulped some into your lungs by accident. No, this stuff would not kill you, probably. Really much of a threat. Otherwise, people would die from getting in the water all the time. They don't. There are some places that have really dangerous things that are living in the water. Cause you serious problems. When I was in Africa and we went in to the Lake Malawi, we had this weird snail disease as well from getting something else. But generally speaking, you should drink water. Purpose. People are concerned about get a little bit in it, is it going to kill you, or swimming in it going to kill you? Unlikely. There are some amoeba that are usually they're only found in thermal spring. Common and unlikely. This particular pond, I mentioned it wasn't very deep. Angular guy. Not particularly deep. Filled with duckweed and dragonflies, and it's not something you could really swim in. You could put some waders on and sink up to your hips in it, probably. The other pond that I collected from was my neighbor. It was actually a pond that I swam in when I was a kid. So some of those diatoms I have accidentally gulped into lungs. I'd be carrying some around with me still, because when diatoms and other particles that are silt size get into your bloodstream, which is what happens when they pass through the alveolar, is how you're oxygenated. This is the other little. How little that one is. 20x. 3 times. big is that? Any magnification. They all have some magnification. Worm. What's the coolest thing I've seen in one of my samples? I don't know. I really liked Lacrimaria. We found one of those. Got like a long, wiggly neck. Solid eats. Kinda like those ciliates. Really like the testate amoebas. Diatoms are cool. Lots of really. There's a lot of things to find in these samples. The little organ. That's amazing to me. They're not visible to the naked eye. Part most of these little guys. Literally. Or that way. Here's you can see it stuff coming out. The bubble stream coming out its butt. Guy. Figure out what it is. Is it Iron Maiden? No, it's just pretzel rock. The ambient pretzel. How do diatoms attack anyhow? They don't, Moosey Fate. Diatoms, for the most part, hurt any part of my humor. Food, it would be grass attack. Grass may attack you. Have you ever taken a sample from inside a fish's stomach? I have. In fact, we had a whole project one summer where one of the students dissected some ancient fish. Not ancient, but like from the 60s and 70s and 80s. You know, enough for fish anyway, that had been collected in a museum from the Wabash River. We looked at the gut contents. Diatoms, because they have a silica skeleton. You know, skeleton is left over even after the fish had it in its stomach for. So pulled some diatoms of its stomach. Coolest thing to me, we could see what the fish had been eating. You know, it was like, what did they have for lunch? That great. Another thing that was cool about it is another thing that's cool about that, of course, is that there aren't really good records from rivers. So we were using it to reconstruct the water quality for the Wabash River. Fish gut content. So it's a different approach for looking at historical river conditions. Totally round, and they look like they might be silicate. There's a testated amoeba skeleton right. I've been away from the microscope for these samples. I waited till just before we left to collect. It. Did I find any fungus in the pond? Hi, Comrade Bubble. Oops. I don't think I found any in the pond. There's definitely some. It was in the forest behind my house, so there was a lot of forest. Really, like I said, not great place to swim. Wasn't even a way to get into. Wasn't even a way to get into it. I had to take like a board that was sort of stick it out the muddy parts, so like out a little bit the to collect these samples. Actually, there are some organisms that the big clouds. Yeah, it's probably detritus, plant material, decayed plant material, or incompletely decayed plant material, and diatom. Probably duckweed. On surface is just covered with duckweed. Good. That big. It was over here somewhere. Huge. Hard to see because stuff growing on the skeleton. There's one of its pseudo there. Quite large. Yeah, maybe. Quality clarity is amazing. Oh yeah, this is nice microscope that streaming into open night pitch. So for clarity, brightness. I get it to look. This bulb shaped skeleton for the skeleton they make out of things in the pond. glue them together. Guy is so big. Really, that's a diatom. Really, this the constructed. Got like growing on it and hair clump. They're lichen that live in. I don't know the answer. Lichen living in the water? Growing on like. Maybe I just questions bubble. So, should I be congratulating you? Yeah, maybe. Celebrate America with that fireworks show is like a trafficking. Preg. Menacing. The predator right. Urticaria. Very large baby. They were cleaning it out or what? 3 or 4 of them stuck. My coat. That's the name of the tested amoeba. Like bulb shaped thing. Skeleton. Pulling the skeleton towards. That's a kind of fungus lichen. Yeah, a lot of times when the testate amoeba are on, they're just so fun to watch. Yeah. It's covered in a scale pattern. Can't really. Looks like it's just a glutenated piece of silt. Wouldn't think it's scales. Got a bunch. Testate amoeba, or that brown. Didn't watch the. There's another. Glutenated. Pretty sure it's a gluten. Looks like a bunch of little tiny. Bunch of tiny. What's going on? This was the deep spot for this part. Oh, this wasn't the deep, but a little bit deeper. Funny that people prefer had toms were actually didn't know what it was gonna. No way of telling in advance what was gonna. Here's a cool little one. There's another one of these giant. Place monster-sized gas. Airdrop or airdrop or bubble. I'm not sure what's going on there. Whipping a little cilia around. Thing with it. Around. A little bit like that, Naughty. How are you doing, by the way? Can you give Naughty a shout out? Specific. Cool thing about it is like another. These have probably never been seen. Nothing in. I mean, probably been observed. I've never taken a sample. Crazy though. Destination. Done anything? Got green Bach for status. Cool part about pond sample like this is dug it out of my mom's backyard. Those guys again. Not the same stuff we saw in the last sample. Surprising. A lot of times the samples from basically this. Quite as many diatoms. For pine. That stayed in me. Diatoms are all doing fine. I mean, the ones that are here are actually alive. Kind of cool, because the sample was clearly in the mud, right on the shore. I told my mom I was gonna go get a crazy look, like that was a great idea. Or maybe she thought it would be fun. I didn't know how I was gonna get into the area where the pond really like spring-fed thing that's in the woods. Completely. Um, ordered to pack up my stuff here in a minute. Ready for the fireworks down. Send you guys off, I think. Probably be back in an hour. Easily shaped ciliate. Oh, like I'm cutting in and out? Well, my microphone's up pretty low. Hopefully it wasn't my... Yeah, we don't usually drive all the way in. We blocks away. Traffic. Crazy. Social distance. Love to go. All right, I just want a quick look at everybody for hanging out. Send us off to go the flat pick print. Short one. Probably look at the other. And then sometime maybe next week. Thanks for dropping in. Everybody have stopping in. Soon, hopefully.
Eric Clapton did a version. Cool. Oh, hey, what's up, Ty Toms? How you doing, sir? Thanks for raiding. How was the stream? Was it birds or was it microscopes? What was going on? Welcome, guys. Ty Tom's attack. He does science related. Microscope is really cool. Just a short microscope stream. Oh, sorry I missed it, man. I enjoyed the bird stream the other day. Yeah, happy 14 too. If you throw the old song list up here, if you want to hear a song like me and Jack are just kind of jam on whatever comes to mind, unless somebody has something I particularly want to hear. Oh, we got a request for which some finger plucking will come in very handy, sir. Yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe Google doesn't, but you do. Oh man, I liked this album a lot.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Blue Shadows on the Trail. I have Blue Trail of Sorrows. I don't have Blue Shadows on the Trail. But if that's a song that I should be checking out, let me know, Kills. All right, here we go.
That kills.
He was the one that requested Blue Shadows on the Trail. Oh, no, it was...
Right. Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, yeah, S.A. Fox Mulder. Fox Mulder's in the house.
What?
What up? I believe. I want to believe. All right. Let's see. What capo are we in? I'm guessing. Let's try capo 2.
In another life. I'm going to go a little higher for your...
Maybe capo 3?
Your...